Hello again, my unconventional conventionalists. Welcome back to Bad Girls Rants. However, this one is more of an awareness than a rant. You see, the difference is rants are usually shouting and angry and full of many profanities, whereas awarenesses are spoken calmly, are serious issues, and contain less profanities. So this awareness that I would like to speak about is emotional breakdowns. And the reason why I'm talking about this now is because of how many I observed the morning of November 9th when it was announced that the President of the United States, starting in January next year, is going to be Donald Trump. What the fuck, America. Anyway, staying on subject. Emotional breakdowns are triggered by stress and anxiety. The human brain can only take so much of it. After a certain amount of stress and anxiety has filled our minds, we reach a point where we just can't take it, and we start to fall apart. Emotional breakdowns happen in two stages. The first being emotional paralysis. When somebody is having an emotional breakdown, they are not thinking straight. Their brain is just scattered everywhere in all directions and they do not know what to do. They cannot, in the moment, figure out how to handle all of the stress and anxiety that they are feeling. Reasoning with someone who is presently in an emotional breakdown is near impossible. The second and much scarier stage of an emotional breakdown is physical paralysis. It is brought upon by hyperventilation. When somebody is having an emotional breakdown, they are breathing very hard and very fast. After a certain amount of time, the body has lost too much carbon dioxide. Therefore, it stops pumping blood to the entire body except for the most vital areas, which are the heart and the brain. When this happens, the person having the breakdown stops talking, sometimes lays down, sometimes sits down in a slumped position, and they cannot move. They have lost complete control of their body, and basic senses such as touch or sight are now also gone and not working. But they do still have one of their senses, and that's hearing. When someone is in the physical paralysis stage of an emotional breakdown, they can still hear everything around them. Now, a common myth about emotional breakdowns is that only children and teenagers have them. This is very, very incorrect. It's true that emotional breakdowns are more frequent in children and teenagers, but they are not by any means completely absent in adults. I am 30 years old. I still have emotional breakdowns, and that is okay. On the morning of November 9th, I was witness to dozens of my friends in their 20s and 30s having emotional breakdowns. And that's okay too, because as a country we are fucked. But I'm not gonna go into that. I gotta stay on topic. Now say you're the second person. Say you're a friend to the person who is presently having an emotional breakdown. How do you stop it? Honestly, it's fairly easy to stop an emotional breakdown if you know how. The biggest and most important thing you need to do is say nice things. Comfort your friend. Tell them it's okay. Compliment them. If your friend is the type of person who enjoys touch, hug them, pet their head. Let them know that you are here for them. Even if you are angry at your friend right now, and perhaps they're having an emotional breakdown because of something that you said. In this moment, if you really care about and love your friend or family member, you have to put aside your frustrations and pull them out of the emotional breakdown. Saying bad, negative things to somebody having an emotional breakdown is not going to help them. It's going to make it worse. Continued assault on someone in the emotional paralysis stage of a breakdown is only going to send them deeper into it, thus making them reach the physical paralysis. Even when they're on the ground, or up against the wall, or slumped in the chair, completely unresponsive, they can hear you. Anything you say in their presence while they're in the physical paralysis, they will hear and they will remember. So that raises the question, how do you pull somebody out of the physical paralysis stage of breakdown? Well, you need to consider the possibility that maybe this is the first time they are experiencing a physical paralysis. If they themselves do not know what's happening, it is very scary. So if you're watching this video, I've already educated you on how physical paralysis is brought upon. And if you want to help your friend now, you need to explain to them exactly what is happening so they can stop freaking the fuck out inside their own brain. Explain to them the process that I told earlier about hyperventilation, carbon dioxide, and loss of blood flow. Assure them that is only for a few minutes, and deeply think about how the things you say affect other people. This has been Bad Girls Rants. Salute!
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad.